Okay. So I legit said I would be like literally right back, and I meant that. I was literally right back. Um, I got Peter Pan type of hot. Okay, so this is Control. Okay, so this comes like next in succession for Alan Wake, right? And I think I'm gonna jump off of TikTok real quick because y'all had enough on TikTok, and I love you. Have a good night. But in succession for Alan Wake, after Alan Wake, this is the game that comes in the middle, and then it's Alan Wake 2. So let me continue game because I want to show you something. So in Control, so like I said, Federal Bureau of Control. I, I, I know because I put it that way for a reason because I have to show you something. So let's let me show you some stuff. So let's show you some stuff, right? Besides my missions, killing everybody, right? These are the collectibles. So when you look at the collectibles, right? Besides all the data breach. Alright. When you look at the research and records, they talk about the one dude that's in here. Hold on, wait. Black Market, Darling Investigation. That's her. She fired. Okay, Hartman. So look at this. Hartman. Emil Hartman, right? That's the dude that owned that the cabin that was supposed to be rehabilitating people. I don't know why I can't speak. But look at the names. Wake, Allen, Anderson, Tor, Anderson, Odin. Remember, those are the people. And then they have two names blacked off. And I think the two names are blacked off are the people I killed in the game. That one dude that said he was taking the meds and it made him crazy. And then he got charged with kidnapping of altered individuals, sanctions against altered organizations. So they consider Alan Wake and all those people altered people. They weren't real people. They were like the altered items in the game. And then it says all victims have been released, but it says except for the Anderson brothers, like they were released and they had surveillance. Except for Wendy is the lady with the light, right? So, but it says that the Anderson brothers, the Tor and Odin, who had the rock group, they didn't have to be surveillance. And it says Wake possibly deceased. But obviously we just saw at the end of the game he's still alive, right? Okay, Emil Hartman. And then here's his background. He was an academic psychotherapist that owned and operated a recovery center in Blank, Washington. So that we all know that's Bright Falls right now, right? Focused on the treatment of artists struggling with creative blocks. Publicly, Dr. Hartman's treatment seemed unremarkable in its message and purpose. However, he was abusing his patients to utilize any latent, and I think it was paranormal abilities that they may possess, with the aim of shaping, I don't know, to like reality to his own benefit, I'm guessing, which classified him as a class 2 paracriminal. And they are able to draw or whatever and alter reality through artistic mediums. Investigation proved that Dr. Hartman's illegal endeavors were conducted alone after being approached by the Bureau during the Blank investigation. And I'm guessing that's Alan Wake investigation. Because remember, he was in that cabin, right? He displayed no remorse or intention to cease his action. He was taken into custody, evaluated, and released blank months later, having been deemed a negligible threat. His medical license has been permanently revoked. So Alan Wake is a part of all this. And then here's the Alan Wake evidence. A photograph of Alan Wake captured by Alice Wake in their home. Alice Wake, former wife of Alan Wake, because remember we just saw her come off the joint, right? So I'm guessing they think Alan Wake died. See AWE 35, and I'll show you the AWE 35 has been recently visited at night by her ex-husband or an entity resembling him. Being a professional photographer, Miss Wake positioned cameras with motion sensors around the corridor he peers in and managed to capture an image. So I'm guessing when Alan Wake went in that water, remember he saw an evil Alan Wake? When Alan Wake went in the water, evil Alan Wake came out. And then during the interview with Miss Wake, she mentioned that her favorite camera, blank model, was lost in 2010 during AWE 35, which is the Alter World event, which is what we just played with Alan Wake. No matches have been found, and it has filed as a potential alter item. And Bright Falls is being contacted. So, like, yo. And Ati's cabin is in Bright Falls. And then that's the Asgard dude. The Old Gods album. The two dudes. Or Thor, and whatever. This is actually really cool. That it like. So then all these night screenplay, because these are all the scripts that Alan Wake wrote. And I never really read this. Then the phase we see two men in another dimension. The air ripples as if they were in the 1983 Pontiac Firebird. What have you done? You doomed us. Da-da-da. So it is crazy. Like all this stuff kind of just it all goes together. And then Hartman is considered a shaded individual, which is the darkness that they keep saying. Is they called it a shaded Hartman. So this is really cool because here's Alan Wake. That's the picture she got of him. She said she was able to capture a picture, and that's the picture of Alan Wake she got. Right? Case files. So, like I said, all these objects remember I told you, it's objects that are naturally we see in life that have some kind of supernatural power. But one of the things that they have found, right, but it's evil Alan. So if it's evil Alan, right? Evil Alan is one of those darkness shaded joints, so it doesn't like light. So if she like snapped a picture, of course it would be like, eh. So this is Bright Falls. So here we go. Bright Falls, an unconfirmed threshold manifestation occurred at Cauldron Lake. Again, all around Deerfest. I don't know what it is about Deerfest. It says that a thunderstorm appeared in the direction of the Anderson farm. A tornado rose from Cauldron Lake. It was like the day had turned into night. And I'm guessing the testimony was from that lady, who was the light lady. Frank Brecker managed to guide the crowd safely as the grounds were destroyed by a flood. The festival was canceled. And so then here's the supplement. The rock band old gods of Asgard was rehearsing, and Odin and Thor admitted to be in a heavy state of inebriation after spending days drinking. Days, my dude, drinking their homebrew moonshine. These dudes was. That's why when I remember Alan got drunk off of that moonshine, that joint took him out. It was homebrew moonshine, right? And it said Sheriff Bricker was asked by Freya Anderson, daughter of Tor, to check on her father and uncle. Bricker drove to the Anderson farm and found the band members alive, but in need of medical aid. Tor had been struck by lightning, and Odin had cut out his own right eye. Like Norse mythology, so they'll be like Thor and Odin. They claimed they had fought and valiantly defeated an army of dark scratching hag rising from Cauldron Lake. Yeah, and he's saying that he had Mjolnir, and because remember he hit that lady in the head with the hammer, and so he's saying he was struck by, and he said it, I was struck by lightning, and that's how I beat the B words. So like, yeah. So then it says an unconfirmed threshold manifestation resulted in a fictional story written by the author Alan Wake, resulting in an AWE. So now they're blaming Alan Wake for the whole reason why all the stuff happened in 2010. And that there were events that happened in 1970, 76, and 78. And Barry contacted. Wow. So then they interviewed Tor. They've interviewed Thomas Zane. Thomas Zane. That's the writer dude. Alan Wake was believed to blank instigator. What? Eyewitnesses report to a possible old light switch, possibly object of power. So that clicker, that blank missing. He dived into lake. So this is everything that we saw, right? So this is like the government's files that they did all on Alan Wake. Now they're saying his wife had mental trauma. She had memory loss, that she had been trapped in the threshold. Special Agent Robert Nightingale. That's why I said, remember I kept saying like, yo, why do I know Robert Nightingale? It was this. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale and Emil Hartman were missing. And then they eventually found Emil Hartman and arrested him. And then he was locked up, and then I had to kill him in this game. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you. They don't have the clicker. But what I will show you, though. Hold on. If I can find the multi. So this is how they talk to Dr. Hartman.
Again, Dr. Hartman.
It's my pleasure, gentlemen. I hope the information I provided thus far has been of some small use.
It's been invaluable, Doctor. Really, we have a much clearer picture of this event, thanks to your accounts.
Well, I do consider myself a keen observer of...
We did have one question, though. You mentioned in an earlier conversation that your patients displayed, and I'm paraphrasing here, unnatural abilities that you in fact encouraged during their time in your lodge. It'd be very helpful if you could fill us in on the details there.
Of course. Like yourselves, I work to understand and even bend the rules of our earthly paradigm. My patient's well-being was paramount, of course, but I would hardly be a man of science if I did not reach out at the underlying truth.
Hartman was crazy. I don't care what nobody said. I think he was possessed too.
Your organization could be greatly beneficial to both parties. Sharing notes, as they say.
Thank you, Doctor. That's all we need to hear. Remy?
Dr. Emil Hartman, you have been found in breach of codes 4, 8, and 74 of the Federal Bureau of Control Criminal Offense System.
What? You can't do this?
What?
I am a well-connected man. You're making a dire mistake, my friend.
You will be detained until further notice, and all personal property will be confiscated, including the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
That's preposterous. You can't just seize my property.
They
I'm
did.
a United States citizen. I have rights. That lodge is my life's work. I'm offering you years of research.
Get him out of here.
You're making a mistake. You have to listen to me. You have to listen.
Mm. That's where I know it was possessed. So, and then they
These are
were
the
testing
notes of
him
Dr. Emil Hartman.
and
I
talking to
am
him.
continuing my work alone again since certain parties were too blind to recognize a golden opportunity.
Hartman was
Despite my
crazy.
generous offers, the conversations
Put your
came
feet
to
down.
naught.
That's how that water got kicked.
Some people simply do not value collaboration as I do.
Anybody want some kids?
Though I believe now
About
that
to fall.
it was for the best. The sort of bold, pioneering work that I am undertaking cannot thrive under the shackles of bureaucracy and regulation.
Not
I
bureaucracy,
have a
though.
history of seeking such partnerships. There was a time when I had hoped Alan Wake and I could.
What's going on, Nolan?
Together we could have produced
Yo,
art such that the world has never seen.
Nah, he was trying to use Alan Wake.
Stubborn, egotistical.
Ooh.
Writers usually are.
Ooh.
Disappointing nonetheless. But now, like Tom before him, Wake has disappeared into Cauldron.
Not calling him stubborn and
And this is
egotistical.
where my work turns.
How was he stubborn? Because he wouldn't let you
Since he
have his
was
stuff?
lost to the
Boundaries.
lake, Thomas Zane has been observed by various townspeople.
Huh?
This indicates to me that the individuals within the lake are not entirely gone.
Told you.
I anticipate Wake will similarly return one day.
He will.
While I may harbor some resentment for the man, his raw talent and determination are undeniable.
It is.
From this, I have concluded that the lake and the dark place within it are not as removed from this world as I previously thought.
It ain't.
Given my acute awareness of what awaits within, my meticulous preparations, and my considerable education,
He's
I
cocky.
believe myself much more prepared than either Tom or Wake.
He wasn't prepared for the
I
bullets I
should
put
be
in his
able
head.
to cross into that dark realm with the chance to return as they have. All that remains is the dive itself. It frightens me, I admit, but such is the burden of the truth seeker.
See,
I will take my plunge into the dark tomorrow, with only the light of knowledge to guide me. It is time for a breakthrough.
see,
Until I return.
it be some people. It really be some people. Because he ain't had to do all
My
that.
understanding of the darkness
But
is fragmented,
he did it.
incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood.
So why you down there?
If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance.
And you're
By its
ignorant.
very nature, it abhors comprehension. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide.
Mm-hmm.
And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally.
Mm-hmm.
Any significant light source can be used as protection,
You hear
even
that?
weaponry against this metaphysical gloom.
Flashlight.
And then there are the artists. I know for a fact that Tom, Wake, the Anderson brothers, and Lane all had some involvement with the darkness. The question is whether their uncanny ability to affect reality through their art beckons the darkness, or did their work perhaps even create it? With
Are you
Wake now
serious?
secure in my lodge, I expect I shall grow closer to learning the answers to these questions. Assuming he cooperates, which is proving quite the challenge. Well, perseverance is the foundation of knowledge. Speaking of, I must be off on my rounds.
But it was Evil Wake. It's just, it's ridiculous. If you don't put your feet down off of that wall, I can't do the Threshold Kids because the Threshold Kids be mad creepy. Oh, so here's the old God of Asgard joint. Like, so when the rock dudes, so this is the song. Remember how I was singing the one song the other day and my nephew was like, stop. But this is the song that I love. No, them boys is really, them boys is about that life. About that life, though. About that life. See? Them boys be lit. Okay, I don't care what nobody say. Boys be lit. Alright. But Alan talked to me. You know that, right? In this game. Where is he at?
Darkness engulfed the elevator.
He wrote
There
her
was something
story.
there.
He actually was writing
Presence.
Control.
Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place.
My
Faden
man
was
out there
sensitive to
writing,
hesitations.
boy.
She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle, trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too.
Yo,
Polaris didn't
for
flare
real
with
though.
as with the hiss.
But he
So it wasn't
listen, as soon as this darkness hit, you see he's writing a whole nother video
It was
game.
powerful, but it was
He done wrote his story and now he writing her story.
and made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man. A man desperate to escape. She sensed something else.
He's
too.
writing her into his
A
story
hunger in the dark.
to save
Not
him.
unlike the hostile resonance. Waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call.
And who was supplying him
The
with
elevator
paper?
lights winked back on.
Shout out to Xerox,
The
because
darkness
how he
was
get
seated
paper
like
down in the
memory.
depths of the darkness?
There was a new button on the elevator control
Amazon,
panel.
they deliver everywhere.
Investigation sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
So he literally is like writing her.
Dr. Emil Hartman was desperate. The Federal Bureau of Control had stolen his life's work. This was his last chance, his final experiment. What he'd been too scared to do before. Hartman dove into the lake, was taken, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Only an echo of him remained, fragmented impulses on autoplay, violent, bloodthirsty darkness in the driver's seat. Emerging from the lake, the thing was captured by the FBC, brought in, contained, studied. The thing broke loose, killed everyone it could. The FBC fell back and sealed the sector. The thing was alone in the dark, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. Not darkness, but similar enough. A sound. A resonance. It shouldn't be a surprise. If there's one, why not another? The darkness inside the thing could have been immune, could have resisted, fought, could have been passed by, passed through with no effect. But it didn't, and it wasn't. Maybe it had grown weaker over time, not aged. It was timeless, but weaker with no link to its source. A metamorphosis followed. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change. I've written and rewritten, deconstructed, reconstructed, experimented with different voices, changed the style, changed myself, forgotten the language, relearned the language. Have I been here before? Gone down this path before? The darkness wants to hide the past to make me lose my way. You must know where you've been to know where you're going. I trust what I read on these pages.
Yeah, writer's block is
I
killing
wrote them
him.
for a reason. My notes to myself.
Seriously.
The only way to make progress, recap, then write more. The style then. Lose the fat. Make it clear. Ugly. Functional. Present. Be blunt. Only the brutal
The
truth.
darkness is writer's block, yo. For a writer, heck yes, writer's block. Have you ever had to write something longer than like a couple pages?
Except
Shoot.
they're drawn to the mystery, obsessed. You set it up, they put it together. Their interpretation, and there's only one because you give them no choice. And they believe in it. Because it's theirs now.
He has like extreme writer's block though. Like,
The resonance carves its way through the thing that had been Hartman, vibrating, remolding. The sound changes the darkness, and the darkness changes the sound. They both changed what remained of Hartman. They all turned into something else. A third thing. The sound made darker. The darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched. Stretched as anyone when seen from out of time, like a worm through time. Almost an Ouroboros, a spiral, a maelstrom. The gravity well of a black hole, twisting inward, tightening.
but his writing is fire though. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Deeper to the bottom, the heart, and through to the other side. The third thing said, when you hear this, you will know you're a new you. He said, we build you till nothing remains. He said, under the conceptual reality, behind this reality, you must want these ways to drag you away. He said, baby, 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 yeah, orange peel. The third thing was a monster. He'd tear apart any ordinary person crossing his path. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden. There was nothing ordinary about Faden.
Really is.
The story needed many beginnings, many springs, streams that turned into a river, a flood, and then an ocean. This was one.
Yeah.
Wake used the materials he had, the connections he had, the people, the places. Wake put them in to make it true. His wife, the psychiatrist, his city.
That's
These
why she's in
connections,
New
like
York City.
magnets, move things. Alice was a conduit. She'd been in the dark place. The thing that had been Hartman sensed her near, sensed Wake through her. Went berserk. Broke loose. Wake made sure Alice was already gone by then. Safe. The more springs, the more the story became real. The more people believed. Cause and effect. It was extremely delicate and hard work. It had to go through the path of least resistance where success was most likely. Where there was a connection already. Wake felt the pressure grow in his head. Going mad. Wake had to escape. Right. His escape. He was already out. He wanted to make it true. Wake needed a hero. A hero needed a crisis. For the part in the story about the government agency, Wake needed something special, something to convey an alien force mimicking human intelligence. Something that can't be translated. Translated. Wake channeled Burroughs and Bowie. He cut up sentences and words. Orange peel. You are home. Insane. He put them in a shoebox. He pulled out the words. Wake created a Dadaist poem. He'd try anything once. Or had he tried this before?
So yeah. So literally, Alan is writing her story. So let's fast travel, and I'll show you where they had everything contained. We'll go to containment. Is it an ordinary AWA? Yeah. The Bright Falls AWA entrance. I might have to shoot some things along the way, but you know, that's this game. Because you never can just go one place without something else jumping out at you, and I just gotta remember how to shoot. Hold on. Just in case.
Thank you for meeting with us again, Dr. Harmon.
I need backup. Oh, is that for real? I gotta remember how to change my gun. Oh wait. Here we go. Oh, it's a real one. Okay. Never mind.
Director Vaden here. Dispatch a ranger to this location.
Make way for the director!
Oh, how did he get up here? They're supposed to be in the foundation. What the freak?
Damn it! We've got this!
So literally, this is how Alan Wake has written her story. Oh shoot, you scared the mess out of me, sir. Announce yourself next time, please. Thank you. So literally, Alan wrote her story in as her having these supernatural powers. Because she's gonna be the one to help save him. Because she's in charge of the FBC. So yeah. This is where Hartman was contained. He was in this room by himself. He also was like doing my dishes for like 5 games straight. And this was his containment cell that I'm standing on. So yeah. And as you can see, he broke out that sucker. And thank you, baby. He broke out that sucker, and yeah, sat on that. Alright, well, I wanted to play this one part of Control that has the Asgard game, but I'm going to bed. Or playing something else. Playing Blueprints or something. Alright. I'm done flying for a little bit. I just like flying. I ain't gonna hold you. And the only thing I don't like about this game, hey, how'd you get up here this fast? The only thing that drives me nuts about this game is the fact that, I'm not even gonna hold you, but the fact that, are you getting on with me? Come on, or you can't come. Dang, sorry, homie. Bye, boo. No, because you're about to go to bed. So the only thing that kind of about this is like, even though I beat the game pretty much, almost, I'm missing some stuff like in the foundation and stuff. These hits will pop up on you at any given time, so it's never ending. They're here, but they still not gone. So yeah, so that's Bright Falls, and it had Hartman locked up in there. So all right, not gonna bore you with any more Control, but yeah. So yeah, Alan Wake has been legitimately. I think there's a way. Hold on. There's a way I can actually go into the lake and all that stuff too. Um, but I'm going to bed because going into the lake means I have to go downstairs in the basement of this building. I think in the abandoned offices and down all the way like in the basement. I think it's like in a cave. Oh, that's the foundation. It's like in part of the panopticon or something. I love that word, panopticon is so funny. Um, but yeah, there's a part of dimensional research somewhere down there near Firebreak, and then that X part is the ashtray maze, and that's why you need the rock music to help kind of get you through. But if you have not had a chance, play Alan Wake, and then go ahead play Control again. It's really cool to know that this is what Alan Wake is basically doing. Is writing her story. Um, he's legitimately like writing her story, so he can basically help himself get out, which is cool and weird and kind of sad because there's a lot of stuff that's going on in this game. But yeah, all right, I am going to bed. I will do Alan Wake 2. So let me figure out how I'm gonna cop that joint, and we'll do Alan Wake 2. Why not? Um, and see if Agent Fadden was able to help him get out of his lockdown. All right, I'm cute, and I'm gonna take my cute tail to bed. I love y'all so much. Thank you for being bored with me. But yo, Alan Wake was definitely dope. Definitely good. Again, shout out to Remedy for the connection with the game. And like I said, I'm definitely gonna start playing Alan Wake 2, and then we'll be waiting for Control 2. So yes, probably. All right. I have a good night, guys.